Hi there, this is Gary MacDougall here, and I got a couple of really cool things I want to talk about today. And yeah, so I'm just going to get into it. It's going to be around, I really want to talk about the precession of the equinoxes. I talked a little bit about that in my last video, and I talked about this 25 to 26,000 year cycle that the Earth goes through the 12 different signs of the zodiac and how we're coming into the new sign. A lot of people know that we're coming into the age of Aquarius, leaving the age of Pisces. And but also going into this photon belt and coming into this age of light that so many cultures and societies over the years have kind of looked forward to see this. They knew this was coming, they could see it. I want to talk a little bit about how they could see that coming. And are we really in a new age philosophy right now, or a new age spirituality? Or is this an old age spirituality that's kind of been compressed or condensed, or tried to keep hidden from the people? So that they couldn't find their power. So I want to talk a little bit about that, a little bit about reclaiming your power, and how easy it is to reclaim your power and create and live a really awesome, amazing life. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. So what I do is I go through this process, and I want to talk about the process so you understand like where all this information comes. It comes a little bit inside, and then I'll be shown books, and it comes out the side. There's a ton of synchronicity, there's a flow, and it's amazing. It's really exciting for me to go through this process. It's scary at times, it's intense, but I'm growing, I'm expanding, I feel alive. So getting on this path was my intention. My intention was to feel free. My intention was to feel alive and live an abundant life. I know that the creator of this universe, that the macro part of this universe, the micro part of us is inside of us. We can create an awesome, awesome life. I have no idea how that's going to look, but as I call it forth, I'm guided to these certain things. So one of the big things that I was guided to is to look into this photon belt and look into the precession of the equinoxes, and to see that the last time society went through this precession of the equinoxes, or the photon belt, was about 13,000 years ago or so. So it cuts across the circle. We go through a circle. The Earth goes through this circle of about 26,000 years. So every 2,160 years or so, we go through a new sign. And the last time we went through the photon belt on the Earth, and that the Earth was charged with light and love, and we were guided to live harmoniously. And there's just so much power. There's so much a connection within ourselves and with the spirit realm, and we were being guided that you look. So I look back and see how that affected like culture 10,000, 13,000 years ago. And the information that was coming through, and I was led through Barbara Handclough, this amazing astrologer and researcher. What she found was, and a lot of people talk about, and David Wilcock, he talks a little bit about this, is that the Egyptians, that their pyramids were built, they were actually like technologies. And one of the things that the technology of the pyramids did is people could go into these pyramids, and they would elevate their consciousness. The pyramid would harness the energy of the earth, and help people connect with the spirit realm. And in this place, it would help them clean out their spirits, but also going beyond cleaning out the spirit. And this is what I'm going to suggest to everybody: is we can each go into our own pyramid. Our body is the temple. If we go into our bodies and go into that temple, and we open all the closets, and we deal with the skeletons in our closet, there's so much more and beyond the skeletons of our closet. And Barbara Handclough talks a little bit about how maybe 2,000 years ago, Christianity kind of demonized going into the closet, kind of demonized the powers that are below, because when you go beyond the skeletons in your closet, it opens us up. There's other doorways in that room. There's other doorways in our temple, in the chakras or energy points. And those doorways, they give us access to the earth. They give us access to, and the earth stores all. The earth is a living, breathing being. So if you think of ourselves, you think of like you can go into your body and go into meditation and feel like a memory from like 10 years ago, or a traumatic thing from your childhood. In the earth stores all the records of everything that has ever happened, and we have access through that as we go into our temple, as we go into our chakras. The root chakra gives us access to the earth. It gives us access to power. So where Barbara Handclough suggests that Christianity kind of demonized going inwards, it was like she suggests, were the Christians trying to get us to hide our power? Were they trying to control us by giving the power in this book, by following this book, following them? We could all be controlled. And I say we because I found out a couple of years ago that I come from a Roman Catholic family, even though I wasn't raised in the church. So at some point my parents they decided that wasn't something for them, even though I think my grandparents were very religious. I was drawn through my own prayers. I was asked, I asked God, like, I want to heal. I want to feel alive. I was guided through, native spirituality, going to sweat lodge, going to these ceremonies, and that really helped me get that connection with the earth, get that connection with the spirit realm. So I like to talk more about experience. So to get back to the Egyptians, so they went through this photon belt and they were charged with this light, and they were able to harness the energy of the earth and harness the energy of the spirit realm. Well, why would they want to do this? What's the practicality of building this massive structure that scientists and builders today don't know how they could have built these. They suggest that maybe they were built 4,000 years ago, but there's other people that think they were built even longer ago. And I think they were built during that last era through the photon belt. But why did they build it? What was the practicality of it? It's a beautiful big structure and it's amazing. It boggles the mind. But I think they were like technologies to access the higher realms and access the powers of the earth so that they could create harmony on the earth. So this is where, is this like a new age philosophy or is this an old age philosophy? They studied the stars. They were astrologers. They were in harmony with the earth. For over 10,000 years, the Egyptians could live in harmony on the earth and create abundance for everybody. So there's a lot of history of that, and a lot of people have past life experiences with seeing, with experiencing how powerful that era was. And so where I go with this is, I go in a couple of directions with this. If they could live for 10,000 years harmoniously with the earth, with themselves, and everybody could live abundantly, is our society, have we gotten away from that by not listening to our feelings, by not going into the temple, by not connecting with the earth and not honoring the earth? Look at our society. I mean, you look at North America, and we've only been here historically for a few hundred years. And I mean, how long can we really go on living the way we are, damaging the earth, taking all the resources and burning fossil fuels? Like, do we really need to live this way? Is where my spirit goes with this. And could we really live for 10,000 years living this way? So it does bring up a lot of fears, like, will our society last? Will my kids, be able to grow up to be my age even? Will they live another 50 years? This is where I process this fear, and I process this, and I pray about this. And what Spirit says to me is what would you really like to see? I don't want us to see us go backwards and live like the Egyptians. I want to move forward and harness as much light inside of me. Go into my temple, open those skeleton doors, deal with all my skeletons, heal all that, but then access those doors to the power, access the doors to the earth, to above, to the feminine, which is above, but the masculine, which is above. So the micro is into our body, into our feelings, in the micro of the masculine is the thinking, to harness really positive thoughts and really powerful thoughts. But then go into the macro, which is like, get guidance from the intelligence of the earth, get guidance from the intelligence of the stars and astrology, and knowing that in the big picture that we're going into this photon belt and into this light, and we're going to become, each and every human is going to have access to amazing, powerful manifesting abilities. And I'm being encouraged to manifest, manifest in a way that's divine and harmonious to all living things. So I get the strong feeling and the strong sense that we can live harmoniously with all living things and thrive. So I watched this video, and I talked about this last time, about this Thrive video. And if you've seen it, it's kind of scary. It brings up a lot of scary things. But then at the end, they go into hope, and they go into, I think each and every one of us, as I'm accessing these doorways in my body, in my temple, to the earth, what I'm being guided is each and every one of us, from the earth is a living thing, we're a part of the earth, that each and every one of us is connected to the earth. And the earth knows what's going to be healthy for the earth. So the earth will guide each and every one of us to that place on the earth which is beneficial to the earth and beneficial for us. Could you imagine a God or a creator that has created the earth and created us to be awesome, to live a great life, to live an abundant life, to live alive and free? And I feel like we can all access that information. Where's the best part on the earth for me? How can I live abundant and free? How can I be alive and feel love? And I think we all have access to that it's in those doorways of our temple, of our soul. So is this a new age philosophy, or is this just something that our ancestors, each and every one of us, our ancestors, whether it be the Mayans, whether it be the Europeans that lived before Catholicism and everything came, that we all access these powers. They find these mounds in Scotland. And everybody knows about Stonehenge in England. They were all astrologers. They all accessed the powers of the earth and got guidance from the stars and star beings or spiritual beings from above. So we still have access to that, each and every one of us. So I'm being guided to encourage people to wake up to their purpose, to call forth their purpose, call forth their guidance from the earth. I work with a guy recently who hated Victoria and felt like he had to be somewhere else. In his mind, it was California, but the spirits told him it was to go up north, and he went there and he found his. Not only did he get start working, but he found his like this really beautiful woman, and he ended up, I don't know, getting together with her. But whatever. But what I'm saying is, the earth wants to guide each and every one of us to a great life. And I'm just being encouraged to speak this truth, even though it's scary at times and it makes me a little bit shaky. I'm nervous. Like what people might call it blasphemous or that I'm a one of these false prophets or the devil speaking through me. But I really just feel like it's just love. It's just the earth, and the earth is love, and we are love, and we're a part of the earth, and the spirits want the earth to survive because the earth is like an organ in the body of God, and there's other organs out there or other beings out there that have an invested interest in us because they want to survive too. And if it's just like in our bodies, if our heart dies, the whole body dies. If this earth dies, I feel like there's other parts of the universe, or the whole universe may die. So I feel like this information is brought through me, and I just have to speak it out. It might sound crazy. I mean, we're taught like some of this stuff might be woo-woo, but maybe the way we've been living in the last couple of thousand years is woo-woo, that we're disconnected from the earth. We're disconnected from the wisdom of the planets. We're disconnected from the spirits. And the Egyptian temples, the Mayan temples, the mounds that are all over Scotland, Stonehenge, is just a reminder that our ancestors lived connected to the stars. They lived connected to the earth, and their cultures thrive for thousands of years. And maybe if we can return to the earth, return to our bodies, our spirits, our healing, that we have a chance, that we could live and thrive for another 10,000 years on this planet or more. That's what I'm here for, is to talk about this stuff, and that's my mission in life. So if you're going through troubles, going through skeletons in the closet, whatever, I know you can heal it. We can all heal ourselves. We call on the powers of the universe, call on the powers of the earth. They will heal you. And if you need trouble, reach out, ask for help. That's what my wife and I do. We help people. And there's lots of great helpers out there. I've worked with so many people who have helped me heal, acupuncturists, taken yoga classes, still do yoga meditation. So, if you're struggling, you can get through this. One last big picture thing is I really think we're being prepared to move into this photon belt, and we're being prepared in a loving way. Between 2012, 2015, there's these squares that go on between Pluto and Uranus. And what they do is they bring out change, and they're all about transformation, and they're all about, anything that's not aligned with the earth, aligned with our spirit, is going to be brought out now. So I think in the big picture, we're being guided by God, or the creator of this universe, or this divine field energy, to cleanse ourselves now and prepare ourselves to open those doorways of power so we can create a better future. So I think that's God's plan. I think that's the creator of this universe's plan, and it's written in the stars. So I would encourage you to find your own truth, to go inwards, find your purpose, call for your place on the earth that's best for you, and just knowing that there's billions of people out there that want the best. There's billions of really great people out there, and I think the more people that wake up, the more people that heal, the better the future we're going to have. I love you. You're awesome, and keep going, because I'm going to keep going, and my wife's going to keep going, and yeah, lots of love. Amen. Oh, I shouldn't say amen. Not to be like, I'm not saying that to be disrespectful, because I know there are a lot of really good Christians out there, and I have a lot of good Christian family members and stuff. So lots of love to you, and I pray for your truth to come through, and I pray for everybody's truth and love. That's all I got.